Welcome, welcome everyone to the Sisterhood series call specifically for CrossFit coaches and CrossFit athletes, CrossFit competitors. I feel so blessed to have when I think of CrossFit, I think of this woman. When I think of a businesswoman, I think of this woman, and she has done this incredible job of marrying the two together. And so I really want to bring her on today to share her story. I will be introducing Miss Christy Kronzer. Christy and I met almost, I would say 12, 13 years ago, doing Ironman triathlon together. And it's been such a joy and privilege to see her go on from Ironman to BODi competitions, to CrossFit, and running marathons, all the steps in between. Meanwhile, continuing to grow her brand and her business and helping serve men and women in the space as she merged through each of those, and now landing in this CrossFit space and helping and serving men and women who are CrossFitters. So I can't wait for you guys to hear her story and how she blends business with CrossFit to create an incredible income that also continues to help and serve and bless her family as well. So welcome, Christy. Thank you for being here. Let's jump into it. I would love to hear from you, like, how did you get started with this? Where did this all come from?
Yeah, such a great question. So going back, I worked in finance, and I remember asking my dad, I'm like, do you really just go to work to wait for the weekends or wait for vacation? And like, you do this for 40 years of your life, like hating life and waiting for weekends. And he's like, yeah, that's life. Deal with it. And I was like, no, I don't like this. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want this kind of life. And at this point, my boss in finance had taken me from salary and commission and put me on an hourly wage. So I had gotten a pay cut. And I'm sure, over the years, people have lost income or got a pay cut or been laid off. Like, things happen, or inflation, prices are going up, and our income, a lot of people's incomes aren't going up. They're not getting pay raises at work. And so for me, I was like, there has to be a solution here. I've gotten a pay cut. I'm struggling financially. I can barely pay my student loan. I want to be able to pay this off and get it paid off quickly. And I really didn't want someone else controlling my time. And then, so there were all these things, right? Like, I had these dreams of, I want to control my schedule. I want to control my time. I want to control my paycheck. Oh, and by the way, I do not want to have to ride my bike at 4 a.m. I had to be to work at 6:30. So I was having to get up and ride my bike at 4 a.m. and then get to work by 6:30 to get in all of my training for Ironman. And so when the opportunity presented itself, my partner, my coach, she said to me, well, she was in triathlon as well. And she said, yeah, I started this business helping people with fitness part-time on the side, online, and that you could do it in person, but she was doing it online. And she was earning additional income, and she was earning, at the time, I think $1,500 a month. And I was like, part-time, because she had a triathlon event company and she worked for Microsoft. And I thought, $1,500 a month to help people. Like, I'm passionate about fitness. I'm a yes, like, tell me what to do. I'm a hard worker. I'm disciplined. Tell me what to do and I'll do it, because I love talking fitness. I love helping people. 1,500 a month is going to change my life. By month 2, I heard stories like this, from other women who had created incredible success, had left their full-time jobs, were living that life by design that I wanted, but also paying off hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt in, a few years versus 30, 40 years that a lot of people take to pay off student loans and things like that. And so I saw that and I'm like, I want that. I want this full time. I want to be able to, like, design my day every day. Like, what hours do I want to work? When do I want to work? When do I want to ride my bike? So anyways, fast forward, I did that and I left my full-time job. It took me about 1.5 years for my part-time income to surpass my full-time income in finance. And I left my job, and from there, I was actually in a bike accident, training for Ironman. It was a week before our Ironman race. And that's a whole nother story. Whitney was there. I was a mess.
Oh, I
But
may or may not have
from
caused
that,
it. Go.
um, I know, bringing back memories, right? And
Right.
then from that, it morphed into figure competitions and just trying to rehab my back from my injury from that bike accident. And from there, morphed into me lifting weights and, loved weightlifting. But then through figure competitions, I was getting to the point where I'm like, I just want that performance again, the performance that I felt from triathlon. And that's when I watched a CrossFit documentary. And this was in 2019. And the next week I was at a CrossFit gym and was hooked. And I think the coolest thing with going from being an Ironman athlete to a figure competitor, yes, I ran a bit in there. I'm always running with any of the sports. I'm always running, and then on to CrossFit. And I've been doing CrossFit for 4 years. Is my business has always morphed with me, right? I'm always impacting the communities that I'm joining, I'm becoming a part of. And I think that's why I love this opportunity so much, is this opportunity is a community of friendships, of women and men, building this together. And so, yeah, I got off track there, but
Not at all, not at all. And I think the piece that resonates so much with me, and when you told me about what you were doing and about what this was, I think so often we hear the word Beachbody, which no longer is the name of the company, which I love. I love that it's BODi, because I think that that's such a better representation. I think media took the word Beachbody and turned it into something that our company never believed in general. But now this idea of this health esteem movement of being, no matter what kind of workout you do, no matter what kind of lifestyle you lead, like having that healthy tie-in with fitness of whatever kind of fitness you love, nutrition of any kind of nutrition that you love that serves your body and does really well. And I think what's unique about you and your story, which most people rule themselves out when they hear, oh no, I could never be a BODi coach, or what we used to call a Beachbody coach. I could never be a BODi partner because I've got CrossFit, I've got Ironman, I have fill in the blank. I run marathons. I don't sit at home and do at-home workouts. And here you are breaking through that, and taught me how to do that as well, of that being a BODi partner didn't have to mean sitting at home and doing an at-home workout. And like you just touched on, serving the community you're in. You have a passion for health and fitness, and you serve the men and women who you meet along that journey with something that they need. So that is like the biggest, I guess, belief breaker in my mind, was that, oh, you mean I can still do my Ironman training and be a coach and help people with health and fitness, but I don't always have to do like what were the Beachbody workouts at the time was hip hop abs, P90X, and like Insanity. Loved them, phenomenal, but didn't always line up with figure competition or Ironman training, or now CrossFit training. So I think that's amazing. I love that you've blended it all together. The going into kind of that, or on that piece, why do you think, or what does that blend look like for somebody who's coming into this brand new? They love CrossFit, but they're like, well, how do I incorporate BODi and this business? If I'm going to take on a side hustle, a side business, how do I marry the two? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, such a great question. I love this question, Whitney. So thank you for asking it. Yeah, so really, it's if you love helping people, if you love connecting with people, and I would assume 100% of people watching this do, because as humans, we do love connection. We love deep connection with other people, right? So when I go into the CrossFit gym that I belong to, I am connecting with the men and women that are there just naturally because I'm interested in them. I want to know about them. I want to know about their lives. I'm also a very nosy person. So I'm like, wait, tell me more about that. I want to know. So it's really easy for me to connect with people. And these are people that I have and after every workout, what are we doing? If you're a CrossFit athlete, you're sitting in the gym and you're talking about the workout you just did. You're talking about how hard it was, what parts sucked the most, what your time was, where you could have gotten faster, how fast did they go, what weight did they use? Like, we're all just so pumped about this workout that we just finished. And thought we were all going to die and we made it through together. Right. And so in that, like, I'm connecting with people. That's what I'm doing. And for me, and this is just what works really well for me, is I am always sharing my life, my like offerings on social media, in my stories or a post on social media. So from these relationships that are just so natural for me, I'm posting about the 3-day refresh, for example. I have 2 women from my gym right now that are on the 3-day refresh. One just drove over here yesterday because she needed something extra. So, I'm connecting with them in the gym, and then I'm helping them with whatever is missing in their healthy lifestyle, right? So yes, they love CrossFit. A lot of them don't know what to do necessarily with nutrition. And so I have a solution for that. I have a help for that. Or if they don't have supplements that they already love, I'm able to help them in that way. And then I think you have a picture of her, Sarah. It might have been on one of the slides. Sarah is, yeah, there we go. Oh, there she is. Sarah is my CrossFit bestie. We met through CrossFit, and we've done multiple competitions now together. We actually have one we just qualified for that we're doing in September. September is the actual competition, but we qualified, and I'm terrified. They only took 20 teams, and we qualified in second. And I'm like, great. So now we have all this pressure on ourselves to not place horribly. But side note, so I met her through CrossFit. She is a level 2 certified CrossFit coach, and she loves helping people. She loves coaching. When I was posting about coaching and that I mentor other people to build extra income or full-time income or whatever that may look like for them. And because we already had that relationship, she just was like, here are all the questions I have. And we dove in, and, by month 3, she had earned over $1,000. Of course, there's no guarantee of success or income. She works a full-time job. She does CrossFit with me. Super cool, because between her and I think most of our gym uses our supplements. And so it's so fun to just have your business be an extension of your lifestyle. It's not you trying to fit yourself into this body mold or this beach body mold. Like, it's really you being yourself, and impacting the community that's already around you, and just helping them to level up in their fitness or their nutrition, or their supplement game, whatever that may be for them specifically.
Oh, I love that. And on that point, I want to share Chelsea's story here, because okay, you guys, I did my first, maybe second. I remember one other CrossFit workout in my life, but this week I went to my second CrossFit workout ever at the Strong City Gym in Redding, California. And they actually don't call themselves a CrossFit gym, but they're very much, they did a spinoff, right, of strength conditioning, HIIT training. It was awesome. And Chelsea's there. She has become a coach there now. And she started with CrossFit, as did all the coaches there. And she had reached out earlier in the month and just said, hey, I would love to start like a coaching business. Talk to me about BODi, because I love the platform in the sense of this can just be one more tool in my tool bag. I love helping women lift heavy weight and see how empowered they become through lifting heavy weight at my gym. Now I want to help them, because she has suffered from gut issues. Now I want to help them on the nutrition side. Talk to me about Beachbody's nutrition. Talk to me about how, and she's an incredible Christian woman of God. It's such a part of her brand. How can I morph all 3 of them together into mindset and spiritual fitness and health? And I'm like, let's go. So she took me to my second CrossFit style workout ever. I was so sore the next day. I absolutely loved it. She kicked my butt. She's a phenomenal coach. And is tying in, just like you said, you never have to. And I told her that don't try ever to fit yourself inside of what you think a body box should be. That was never the vision of this company. The vision was, people getting results, helping other people get results. If that's and you can speak to this too. And maybe I'll my second question to you is this: someone coming to you and going, Christy, on let's say your social media page, Christy, I watch your awesome workouts, but I'm a new mom. I can't get to a CrossFit gym. They don't have daycare. How can you then set them up? Maybe they used to do CrossFit, but they can't anymore. Are there tools then that you could set them up with? What would that look like for her who's coming to you? They want your inspiration. They want your coaching. They know they can't get to a gym. What do you set them up with that is body focused?
Yeah, and that's a great question. I actually have a story. There's many women that I have met. We have a pretty big gym that I go to, and there are many women that have had children and now are no longer coming. It just doesn't fit in with their family schedule and their even though we have tons of open gym times, but right, just like the travel with their husband, whatever it may be, they can't make it to the gym. And because they know what I do, the first thing they do is message me on social media, and they're like, "Hey, not going to be able to make it to the gym anymore. Like, tell me what to do." Right. And so, yeah. And then it's just working with them individually on which program is going to be best for them and what part of their journey that they're at currently with the time that they have available, matching them with the right fitness program, the right nutrition program if they want to start nutrition at the same time. And so, yeah, it's just so specific to where everyone is at,
Yeah.
right? Like, what that next level is for them in their health journey, or filling in the missing gaps, I would say. And that's something I've noticed, throughout this. When we were triathletes and, we would go run around the track 3 days a week. The thing that I did was I just connected with everyone at track. I would run with people and connect with them. And then posting about things on social media, especially about nutrition, most of those women were like, "Okay, yes, I'm running to outrun a bad diet." So tell me, how do you help me? So I've always used the platform in that way, that I'm going to help people with nutrition and supplementation. But more often than not, because obviously in the CrossFit community, I'm not helping people with fitness. We're all going here and doing our workouts here. But many of them, things happen, they can't make it to the gym, or they're injured and they need something lighter. Or I have a client recently who just because of hormone issues, CrossFit's not good for her anymore. And so our workouts are less impact, or not all of them, but we have options for less impact. And so getting her started with one of those programs.
Yeah, it's gold. And on this kind of fourth point, I wanted to share a story, but I would love for you to as well, that help them help others. So once you help a woman or a man with their supplementation or with the right nutrition, how do you then help them help someone? And I want you to answer that. And before you do, or while you think about it, I had an amazing mama come to me after her first baby. She had gained 70 pounds with her first pregnancy and had her daughter. Her name's Allison. She had her daughter Olivia. And she's like, she reached out on social media. She had just watched me post a daily workout or a happy, a positive quote of the day, or like people who work out are just happy, right? If you're watching this, you might share your daily workouts. You might be sharing inspirational things that you see in your life. That was what I was doing. And I had a woman reach out to me who's now a top coach on our team. And she said, "I can't get back to my CrossFit gym. I loved CrossFit before baby." She did it up until the day she gave birth to Olivia, but then had no childcare. She doesn't have parents in town or help. And so she said, "Give me the closest thing to CrossFit on the BODi platform. I'm going to start doing it before my baby wakes up each morning." She lost beyond her 70 pounds that she put on during baby. She looks phenomenal. But this point of help them, then help others, she shared her journey of being postpartum and doing CrossFit style workouts, but just heavy lifting, some HIIT training from home. She shared that whole journey and losing her 70 pounds. And so many moms who, again, had to leave CrossFit because they had a baby, or just watched her on social media and felt intimidated to go to a gym, reached out to her and said, "What are you doing? And how can I do it?" So it was then I got to coach her on coaching people. And that was the fun. That's where it gets really fun in this business, is seeing your people who have incredible success, then pay it forward and teach other people how to have incredible success. So how do you then, on this kind of more business side, coach your coaches? And do they come to you because they want the income opportunity? Do they come to you because they're like, I just had incredible weight loss with these programs and these supplements you helped me with? Let's say Sarah's example, right? Did she come to the income opportunity? Sarah's back
Income.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And her
Yeah.
journey, like, how did you then help her help other people in this kind of networking, social networking business?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I basically just said, go talk to people, go talk to people that are into healthy living or want to be healthy, and just let them know that you now do that, like that this is now your business. It's like, I always think about, I always go back to real estate because I love real estate as well. But I always go back to real estate because something they'll teach you in real estate is you got to let people know you're an agent, right? Like, you got to let people know what you do. And so that is probably the biggest thing with the opportunity, is like, I've been doing it for so long now that people know what I do. And I talk about it so much that even the new people that come into the gym or, come to CrossFit, if they don't know, they will know soon enough what I do. And so then they know that I'm here to help them. So when it came to Sarah, it was really easy because she's actually, I'm an introvert. She is much more extroverted. I'll give you an example. We're doing a partner workout the other day, and this girl walked in and she had a coach, a Beachbody coach, like an old tank on. And Sarah's like, she's a coach, Christy, she's a coach. And I'm so shy and I'm such an introvert. I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't know her. I'm going to hang out in the corner over here. And Sarah's like, I'm going to go talk to her. I'm like, okay, you go talk to her. So, I mean, that's probably, I know this is not your question, but I think it is so important to know that this business is about being yourself.
Yeah.
And like playing to those strengths, right? Like, my strength is I'm such an introvert that I connect with people more one-on-one, like on a deeper level, and get to know them that way. And that's just who I am. And then post about it on social media. Sarah, she'll walk up and talk to someone. Like, she was going to CrossFit competitions when she started. I was like, goal number 1, help 5 people.
Yeah.
With anything, go help 5 people get started. And I think that first month she might've helped 10 people get started with their health journey. And one of the ways she did that is she actually went to a CrossFit competition and set up a booth. And that's what she did. I didn't tell her she had to go set up a booth. I would never do that myself. I'd be like, if you told me to do that, like, you tell me to go help 5 to 10 people. I'm going to go find 5 to 10 people who want to get healthy and fit, and I'm going to help them. But that's what she did. She just took that and made it work for her personality. And so I think when you say help them help others, it's going to be so individual for each partner joining. And we have stories. I mean, I have thousands of stories in my head of, success in this business and the different ways that people have done it to fit their personality.
Yeah. I think Sarah and I would jive really well. She sounds like my jam.
And it's funny because, right, like, you and I get along so well. This is way off topic, but Whitney and I spent 2 weeks in London together building our business. We were launching in London. We were going around and like doing park workouts with these boot camps and like running with Adidas, and just like, we had the time of our lives. And Whitney looked over at me and she goes, I don't think I would ever be able to travel with someone for 2 weeks and not get tired of them, but this is working. I'm like, I know. That's off topic, but I think maybe that's why I get along, with you and her so well. Like, we're different and we do things a little bit differently in our business, but it's the same. At the heart of it, it's the same.
It is. And it's that heart to help others. And it can look so different. And that's what I love about it. You can do it so well from sitting at your computer, which resonates beautifully with so many moms or introverts or women who they work a full-time job. They're not able to then get out into their community and run all the special booths and be at all the expos and all the competitions. So they can make a beautiful side income from behind their computer yay, introverts unite. And then there's me who's like, get me outside. I am starting a mom group. We're going to do workouts in the park right when I have my baby. We are strapping those babies on and we're going to go hiking. So that I love that this can fit your personality and your style, and you can be equally successful in both. So very, very cool. And on Christy's point of where do you work from? How do you do it? A lot of it can be from home, but you guys, Christy travels and she works from everywhere. And I maybe, touch on that, Christy, if you will. She said the BODi. So we got to go to London. We worked from every day from London, which was beautiful. For those of you who don't know my story, I'm a mama now of two, and I'm traveling all the time with them, and I have that freedom and to be able to work in the pockets while they're napping right now. And I'm up in Northern California when we usually live in SoCal. It's beautiful. So, if you want to speak on that for a sec of just how you have made it from work from anywhere now with the way you've designed your life.
Yeah. So we have a second home in Tahoe, and we had one in Maui. That's another story. But we spend usually like 2 to 3 months during the summers up there. So I actually go to the CrossFit gym up there, which is so fun because then they know us every summer when we go up, and I've built a community there as well, and have customers and clients there, and get people who are like, okay, yes, I want to do this and help other people as well. So it really is from anywhere, from your phone, from your computer, from another country, whatever that looks like for you. My husband and I, we're going to Portugal next month. I actually won't be working. I'm just going to be showing everyone my lifestyle. But I will, no, that's not true. If I can find a CrossFit gym, I'll be going to a CrossFit gym. So I'll be connecting with people.
Perfect. That's perfect. Walk us through kind of beginning. What did it look like in the beginning? Full-time Ironman training, full-time finance. How did you work this business? Because I think that's where a lot of people come into this, is similar to where you and I were, as working 60, 70 hours a week, training for Ironman 20 to 30. Where does this fit in?
Yeah. So it was, for me, I worked early in the morning, usually about 30 minutes before, like I would do my workout in the morning, shower, work for 30 minutes. I didn't care about my makeup going to work anymore or getting my hair done. Like none of it mattered because I was like, I'm building this. And I would fit it in on my lunch break at work. So I would take my lunch, go on my phone into my car, and I would work. And then if I did have time in the evenings after workouts, I would as well, but that didn't always work out. But for me, it was just committing, like carving out, it's kind of like our workouts. When you think of fitness, when you think of your workouts, like you're not just leaving them up to chance.
Right.
If, as an athlete, we're not just like, maybe I'll work out today. We're like, I'm doing my workout at 6 a.m. or I'm doing my workout at 4 p.m. or, whatever it is, like that's the time I'm doing my workout. And that's how I looked at my business. Like I had my goals for the month, and this is when I'm working them. This is when I'm actively doing that. And I think being busy was probably the biggest contributor to my success, because there was no time to worry about anything, right? It was like, I got work, I got my workout, and I got to get my stuff done for my business to grow it so I can leave my job.
Amen.
And then now it's totally different. Every day is different. It's really like, but again, I plan out my week. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this Zoom with Whitney this morning. I didn't sleep very well, so I didn't go to CrossFit this morning. So I was like, I'm not sleeping well, so I'm going to rest here and I'm going to go on a run. And so I went on a trail run, and, I can just kind of make my business work around my life.
Yeah. Yep. Building that life by design and and this is kind of speaks to the brand and your voice, is not making BODi your life, but allowing it to give you a life. And that's what it did for Christy and myself. And what I want to share here that scared me in the beginning, but we have created did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Okay. What I want to share is that we created, our team has created resources to help the new BODi partner coming in of exactly how to fit this into the day and how to make this into the small pockets, and how to work for you. So don't feel like, oh, I'm going to have to rewrite the script and reinvent the wheel. You have two people who have come from, and a whole team of men and women who have come from the exact spot you're in now. And we've created incredible resources to help you fit this into the pockets of your time, and trainings from Christy and myself, going right from the beginning. Step one in your business today. What can you do? Or you only have 15 minutes to work your business today. What tasks can I check off? So, really briefly, I want to just give an overview, and Christy can touch on this too if I leave anything out, but if you want to go deeper into the income side, Christy and I are both numbers people. We are happy to give you like the rundown or additional info on this, or the person who invited you to this call, ask him for the nitty gritty if you're a numbers person like Christy and I. But overall, she's talked about it, like helping the person in the CrossFit gym, just commission right off the top, right? So helping somebody, and people ask us this all the time, okay, this is great. I love helping people, but how do I earn an income with this? And our first goal with our brand new partners in their first month is their first $234, helping their first 3 people and getting them started, and that's just commission straight off the top. We also have what we call team volume bonuses. This is a percentage, which is amazing, like additional bonus on top of what you're already earning in commission for helping your people and helping build your team. On top of that, quarterly bonuses, which happen as you continue to build your team. And if you're like, oh, that scares me, I don't know how to do that. Again, we have the trainings and we have the resources, and you get us as your mentors to get you to the point of earning those quarterly bonuses for you and your family, as well as
Sorry, Wick, can I add to that? So the one thing that I love about the team bonuses is that when I was starting out, I was actually looking to become a personal trainer, right? I was like, I love fitness. I want to get paid for it. And the one thing that really stood out to me once I started, and I didn't become a personal trainer because the schedule didn't work. I was already busy with Ironman training and work. So it was like, no gym is going to hire me. But I saw so many personal trainers who would train their clients would get great results. The clients would be like, this is amazing, love you. So now I'm going to go become a personal trainer. So they literally and that's what you want, right? You want to help someone enough to where they are so excited by how they feel that they want to pay that forward. But that personal trainer just lost themselves a client. And not only do they lose themselves a client, they now have competition, right? And actually, it's kind of funny because my CrossFit, the gym owner of my CrossFit, he's the same thing. Fell in love with CrossFit. He was actually an Ironman athlete, fell in love with CrossFit, was at this CrossFit gym. He's now a competitor to his CrossFit, and he does really well. And they're still friends, of course. But this is the thing I love about team volume bonuses is that I am helping mentor someone to create success in their business, right? Teaching them how to build this successful business, impacting other people's lives. And as we do that collectively, our incomes grow collectively, right? Where I'm not my goal is to have someone succeed faster than me. My goal is to have someone succeed beyond me, versus training or mentoring someone who then becomes my competitor. Does that make sense? And that income was just genius to me.
It was genius. And I loved the idea that it didn't matter when you got in. It felt like in the beginning, oh, I didn't get into BODi when it was BODi. It's so late in the game. The market's so saturated. It's like, oh no, you could start now and surpass Christy and myself. And that is our goal, is to get you to surpass us. And that's how we train. That's why we created the trainings, because we're like, here's all the things we did wrong. Here are the trainings to avoid those mistakes and be successful faster than we were. So I love that you touched on that.
Well, and then like Sarah said, she would when I was explaining bonuses to her, the volume bonuses, she's like, wait, you're helping? It's not just me growing my team, the team you're growing, I benefit from too. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, this is so cool. So yeah.
Yeah, they get to take part in your success, in my success, in our team's success. They get to be a part of that. And that's what I want to share with this too, because I didn't know this going in, is that's why it's so important for you to sign up with a team and a mentor who is crushing the game. Like, get in with a team who's killing it, because that sets you up already for so much great success. So yeah, all good points. I'm so glad you touched on that. So if this speaks to you, if you're like, yes, I love helping people. I think this could be an amazing tool in my toolbox, something I can help others with. Finally, talk to Christy, myself, the coach who shared this with you. We would love to, we're going to have a new coach mentorship kicking off for September, and it's the perfect time. We have some of the biggest launches coming up with fitness, but mostly nutrition in this like last part of the year. So what a perfect time to bless other people's lives with this. And it gets to be that crazy time of year, inter holidays, where people start to let that slip, or they start to miss some of their CrossFit workouts, and they need you more than ever. So definitely jump in with us. You as a BODi partner, also receive all of the, like, I call them like your bro deal. Like, you get all the discounts on all the supplements that are going to help you on your journey, which is super cool. And like we said, with the commissions and the bonuses, you can start earning right away. So absolutely jump in with us in the mentorship, because we'll give you the step-by-step of how to do that. We as BODi partners pay $15 a month, $15.95 a month for our Coach Business Centers, covers our websites, gives you the tools that as soon as somebody at the gym's like, okay, what are you doing? I saw your post on social media. I see what you're up to. Let me join. You have your exact website, your links that you can send them. BODi takes care of all the back end for you, so you don't have to store a bunch of stuff in your garage. Christy is one of the most minimalist people, Christy and Paul, that I know of. And if they had to store stuff in their garage, they'd probably kill themselves. So don't worry about overhead. BODi takes care of all of that for us, which is phenomenal. So jump in. We would love to have you, introduce you to the family. And like you said, it's just women from every walk of life. We have lots of different, we have the Ironmen, we have the marathoners, we have the CrossFit competitors. And Christy, I'll kind of let you have the final word in this. But just what I want to share is, if you have explored this, or you do have kind of that voice or that calling on your heart that's like, I feel like I was made for something more. I feel like maybe I was made to help people in a different way than I am right now, or in my current job. Like, explore that, get curious about that, because that curiosity that Christy had, that I had, it changed our entire life. There's not one aspect of our life that looks the same now that it would have had we not explored that voice and honored that and listened to that, and then used BODi to be the vehicle to get us to where we are today. So Christy, anything you want to share? I would love for you to have the last word, because you've been an amazing guest and host, and thank you. Thank you for sharing your story too.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is this business is really just like your fitness journey. Whether you're a CrossFit athlete, an Ironman athlete, a figure competitor, and I have all of those types of athletes throughout my life journey that have joined me on this incredible business opportunity, who have become like lifelong friends, right? We travel together. I'm thinking of Jessie, she's a figure competitor, and lots of CrossFit athletes, obviously. But I look at it like, when it comes to CrossFit, it took me, CrossFit athletes will get this, it took me like 3 years to be able to learn how to do a double under. I am not the strongest person in the room. I am not the most coordinated. And I think the biggest thing with this business is very much the same. It doesn't take talent. It takes having a goal, a desire for more, and just willing to be coachable and do the work. Like, as simple as can be. And I feel like that's why it's such a great opportunity for athletes, is because that is us, right? Like, we're willing to do the work. I was willing to suck at double unders and whip myself long enough to get better. When I walked into CrossFit the first day, we did handstands against a wall. I crumbled. Now I can walk across the floor, right? And that took years. I will say my business success was much faster than my CrossFit success. It really was. But it is that mentality of, I have this goal. So if you have this goal, if you're wanting to earn more income, if you're wanting to create more freedom in your life, if you're wanting more impact, then make this commitment. This solution is here. And I think that was the biggest thing. When I found the solution, when I found this vehicle to everything that I wanted, it was an immediate yes. It was like, okay, I believe in my ability to figure it out. I believe in my ability to be coachable. I believe in my ability to do the work. The rest I'll learn.
Amen. All right. We can't wait to hear from you. Thank you for being a part of this one.
Thank you for having
Talk
me.
to you soon. Thank you. Bye, girl.